this is a different way to see this. What you're going to be doing now for part of your grade with dialogue is you are going to use the paper that you have that's labeled as dialogue, and it just has a bunch of lines on it. And what I want for you to do is just write like 5 lines of dialogue, which means I want characters to go back and forth talking about 5 different times, just like in the mini lesson we did with the skateboard. What I want for you to do with that is I am going to be taking a grade on it, and here's what I am going to look at. We have talked very briefly about the punctuating of dialogue, so I am going to take a look at that just to kind of see how you're doing with it and see that you're thinking about how to do the punctuation. Maybe you come and ask a question to a teacher. We all know how to punctuate that, so we were more than willing to help you. So that's the first thing that you can do, or that I'm looking for, is the punctuating of the dialogue. I'm looking for the quotation marks. I'd like for you to try to use an exclamation point and a question mark, or at least one or the other, as well as a comma and a period in there. And all of this is written on the document, but I do want to see a variation of your punctuating. The next thing that I am going to be looking for is that balance piece that we just talked about. I'm going to look for the fact that you have more than just talking back and forth. You have how the things are being said. You have some other of the 5 senses that are being used so that I know what I'm seeing or hearing throughout the room, or you are doing characters, thoughts, and feelings. And again, I'd like for you to try to have a little bit of all of that so that you can add that balance for your reader as well. So dialogue sheet, lots of lines, at least 5 times that it would be indented, because every time a new character speaks, we put a new paragraph. I'm also looking at that. At least 5 different pieces of dialogue. I am looking for the balance elements that we talked about in that mini lesson, and I'm looking for attempts at the punctuating, as well as the use of the question marks and the exclamation points, or one or the other, if that's the way it is. You can always come and ask a question to double check that you're doing something correctly, and this one is going to be for a grade. All right, bring it to me when you're finished.